Hello everyone! You know when everything seems to be going perfectly, and then suddenly the first cracks start to appear? Well, that's exactly what's happening with Krai right now. Up until this point, the region has been an absolute blast. Smooth sailing, no major issues, just pure fun. But as they say, you can't have the good without the bad. And today, we've officially hit our first real bump in the road. It turns out there are a few significant nerfs and some new issues with the game's 6.0 and 6.1 updates. We're seeing problems with elemental damage and reactions, and some of the banners are feeling a bit problematic in the new 6.1 patch. So let's dive right into all the flaws that have just come to light today and figure out what this means for us. Before we get into all the details, out of primogems? Don't worry, I've got a way to save money and get double the Genesis crystals. This is lootbar.gg. It works just like the in-game top-up system, but with up to 25% off, and new users even get a 10% extra discount using the link in the pinned comment. See this? The regular $100 pack only costs $85 on Lootbar, and each update they release an exclusive $77 bundle available for your first purchase every version. All you need is your UID, no password, no login. Just pick your bundle, select your server, enter your UID, and your crystals get delivered in seconds. Lootbar has awesome reviews. It's fast, secure, and trusted by tons of players. If you're planning to recharge for Genshin Impact, Star Rail, or Wuthering Waves, don't waste your money. Click the link in the description or pinned comment and top up now with Lootbar. Safe, fast, and way more affordable. Alright, let's get into the main topic. The first major issue we're seeing in Krai comes from a new elemental reaction. If you haven't heard, we were supposed to get a new lunar vaporized reaction, which happens when you mix dendro with either pyro or hydro. This reaction was meant to be absolutely game-changing, giving us damage multipliers unlike anything we've ever seen before. When Lunar Charge was first announced, we were all so hyped because it was going to be amazing. But here's the problem. We originally thought it would be released as soon as Krai launched. Now, it looks like it's been postponed, possibly until a later patch like 6.1 or even 6.2. So, we're going to have to wait a while to get our hands on this powerful new reaction. It's possible that the developers, MiHoYo, had originally planned to release this in 6.0, but maybe they ran into some issues. Maybe they realized it was a little too overpowered and needed to make some adjustments to balance it out. This brings us to our next point. This next problem lies in the moon sign character bonus. If you're not familiar with it, this bonus gives you a damage increase to Lunar Bloom, Lunar Charge, and other lunar reactions when you have moon sign units on your team. It's basically a special buff for characters from the Krai region. And yes, it's been nerfed. The damage increases we were expecting were actually much bigger, and now they've been lowered. Let me break down the numbers for you. Originally, when non-moon sign characters use their elemental skills or bursts, they could increase Lunar Bloom and Lunar Charge damage by up to 48%. That was the number we were all excited about. But now, that number has been nerfed down to a still crazy but definitely lower 36%. This bonus is for all nearby characters, and is based on the triggering character's own attributes. While a 36% damage increase is still incredible, it's just not the powerful 48% we were promised. The bonus is based on different elemental types. For Pyro, Electro, and Cryo characters, the damage increases by 1.2% per 100 attack. For Hydro characters, the damage increases by 0.8% per 1000 max HP. For Geo characters, the damage increases by 1.2% per 100 defense. And for Anemo and Dendro characters, the damage increases by 3% per 100 elemental mastery. So, while the nerf isn't a complete disaster and moon sign characters are still going to be incredibly strong, they just won't be as overpowered as we originally thought. It seems like MiHoYo is trying to find a balance making things powerful, but not so easy that everyone just breezes through the content. They want to maintain a sense of challenge and reward players for correctly building their moon sign teams and using the reactions properly. Now, let's talk about the banners for the 6.1 patch. This one has a lot of players feeling a little conflicted. The first new character we'll be getting is Nefer. The surprising part? Nefer is actually from Sumeru. This means she won't be receiving the moon sign character bonus because she's not a native of Krai. Why are they dropping characters from other regions in a brand new region? It just doesn't make a lot of sense, and it might be a reason why they're pushing back some of the new reactions. Nefer is a Dendrocatalyst main DPS, so she's expected to have high damage scaling. She'll still be really useful in a Moonsign team, as she'll get the non-Moonsign character bonus of 36% damage, and the extra damage increases based on her elemental mastery, so she'll definitely still be a very strong character to have. As for the other characters on the banner, we have Furina, who will likely be getting a rerun. It looks like 6.1 is going to be a bit of a filler patch for Nod Krai, less exciting for players who are purely focused on damage and the meta. The last character is Jehoda, a 4-star Pyro Bow user who will probably be featured on Nefer's banner. Finally, a bit of news on the 6.2 banners. Many people were expecting Durin to be released in 6.1, but that's not the case. Durin has been moved to 6.2. This could actually be a good thing though, because it's in 6.2 that we'll likely be getting all the big new buffs and reactions we're waiting for. If you already have Furina and aren't too interested in Nefer, you can save up your primogems for 6.2 and be ready for Durin when he arrives. So what do you think? Are these changes just minor balancing tweaks, or are they going to shake up how we build our Nod Krai teams? Let me know down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.